And the Chateau Marmont still goes on. Figure. It was very nice when we were all, I was with a friend on the 5th floor, the Newmans were on the 6th floor, and passers-by were on the 7th floor. We feared them. Who knows what they might not do? We miss the golden era of the Belushis, who were very noticeable, particularly in the lift, which kept jamming. Anyway, I hope that the young comic gentleman gets his wish. Literature is very easy, you know, you've just got to be busy before the pulping. It's your only crack at it. And you'll enjoy it, you know, it's so nice to shred the paper. In the old days, I've been talking with Sidney Lumet, who has just observed in his sage way that nowadays, to get a movie made, he rather wishes that Harry Cohn were still alive. And I said, so do I. And the one who said the last word on it was Orson Welles, who did not speak kindly of people who ran studios, but Orson said, somebody said, aren't you glad that all those vulgar movie producer types that ran the studios are gone? Gone. Glad. He said there was always room for an Orson Welles movie while they lived, and there's nothing now. Thus was the voice of heartbreak and heartburn. And so, here we go again. I feel that in the air, that our brave troops are going to be sent into action. After all, didn't George Washington say, you know, he who controls Afghanistan will carry New Jersey? And here we are in a brave new world. And I'm sorry, Joe, but if I had a speech, I would be giving it. That is a promise, absolute promise. Bottom line. I've never been in this chamber before, and I'm happy to be here with the young man who pushes me around in this thing. He is a lieutenant in the United States Navy and a veteran of the first Gulf War. And he's also the head of the Veterans Against America's Wars, of which there are getting too many. He will pass among you, recruiting right and left. What is happening now that is kind of interesting from within the military, and I began life in a room in the cadet hospital at West Point, where I was delivered by a future Surgeon General of the Army who had not been told about navels. I did not have the repairs made. Surprise should be always offered, on offer anyway. But we are at a curious position in the world. We are not really needed. And it used to be just as an idea, the United States was something quite remarkable. And now I wonder that we've been crowded over. And there's a photograph in this new book that I have published of nothing but photographs of myself, which was highly satisfactory. And perhaps a bit overdone, you know. A young man I went to Exeter with, a fellow writer, always competitive, and he saw that picture of me, which they've run on the cover of the book. And he said, "I didn't know you were a male model." And I said, yes, of course I am. Who says a male model can't go to the top? He gnashed his teeth and has not been seen since. So to one and all, an Italian word, auguri, it's a nice blessing that Italians in good mood will give you. And it means good auguries. May the signs be good under which you live.
Can I say one thing? Mm-hmm. I don't. This is probably. I mean, I'm sure everybody's heard this, but Gore and I have been friends for well over 50 years, and it was a wonderful friendship because it wasn't just Gore and me. It was Gore, me, Howard, and Paul. Couldn't imagine a better group. We had fun. We had really, really great times. But finally, Paul and I settled down and got married. And in due course, I had a baby. And
another one, and another one, and another one.
But the first one I had was, of course, Gore immediately had to be the godfather. And so he was holding her gingerly when she was being christened, and she got sprayed and thinged, and she cried and everything, and there was a moment's pause, and Gore looked down and said, "Always a godfather, never a god." But now you are. Hey! I love you.
Thank you, dear.
Let's hear it for Gore Vidal, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night. No. We actually do have more. That is going to be viral on YouTube tomorrow. I can tell you that much.